Abusua ene yentia o ne yensa so mu akwaba emre channel so ha eda so aye be media GH eye MPP regina eye chairman ye papa eye Bernard Antibosi akon abusua ene no lawyer atachia atumi akopie mu ewo court na on ne court adi nkomo na judge no so abusua agene nsam no ade atuma sese omode case no akwakɔhye on the 20th of July na ni na ne say lawyer atachia abaye new lawyer ade ama eye Chema Wontumi nti so onyamre na ohwe Chema Wontumi case nim na ohu baabi obehya ase afiri ni baabi obekɔ akɔwie na ho nsɛm aba abɔnten nsɛm a lawyer atachia ade atudwa ene ne court so ade atudwa fa Chema Wontumi ni na sama boy cases we de me ma meka se on pese ya yɛkɔ na yɛtie nsɛm no mu ankasa enkyere mu yes yɛntie ne wi abɔmɔde asɛ bɛkyɛ ya adwe wɔ comment section ha ɛda so ayɛ be media gye bɛsɛ wase ene ani dey ka woni channel so ni di kwan so mo dey so be subscribe like na wa bo so share for person dey no anya bi ati yenti okoma e course abra lawyer atachia ekopie mu e wo court a chese o press judge no be man mre na o dey ready Chema Wontumi case no na chese wati ase no hu bia obehye ne nsem na ase e dey free on the 20th of July yenti na
the court e ma decision on Chema Wontumi samra boy issue no 3rd of July ya. Now, lawyer for Wontumi edi call court say court postpone judgment no. Lo and behold, court atiase atwe asem no edi call the 20th of July. Meaning there about 3 weeks asking to lawyer attach ho say a new lawyer obe take Chema Wontumi issue no. And the court and say onje now on fan prepare the submission of the case whatever you're going to be. But and I say I don't know how to put it. I would say hard because from day one, and the court has been granting Chema Wontumi's wishes for him. But that is something I don't even get the point how we get to this particular destination. And this about Maima, they find it very, very, very difficult in jailing people or minor money. But NPP are very swift and very fast and very easy for them day in, day out. That is something I don't even get a point. But be a fear, a baby drew her. Nene, me do be caught in same 102 bim. Nama chirao, lawyer Chachuchikata, his own words with his own mouth. Now what see how he ended up in prison. Now what they are to turn one near ne. Niama Ekosu, is this the NDC apostles of democracy? And I say, is it the law in Assembly we find it very difficult to implement? Chema Wontumi asemi starti ye. Ya kwadru levels and lawyer a play na judge tenase no kofa we ba na judge tenase die minute ebe ma judgment no ose ma tweme ho. I'm a new lawyer aba. Wa unsa ade e me den say court etimi ma Chema Wontumi data odi be edimu ya na eba which is 3rd of July. But young Kony bisa lawyer Chachuchikata say, would you call prison? Were you given the same opportunity? And also you were not given the same opportunity. Ode tie nema yedi lawyer Chachuchikata. Otinifio, the judge did not even tell him. Say ene yekwa kodi asem. He says that there is no information. Said that day na court no. Ne yekwa kodi asem. Otinifia anapa. Then he got a phone call from court to and the judge say bra. No, oh sir, not in a pay na judge from 8 o'clock. No, so judge.
That morning, she had through her clerks, she had sent a message that we were to be in court at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Which was not a usual time. And I mean, I didn't really understand why, but sometimes judges have an early hearing so that they can attend to other matters. Yeah. So I picked up because my
Pachoti, hey you, what in if he an 8 o'clock? Then he got a call. Lawyer needs a Chachuchikata on the other court on criminal grounds. No, Chachunankasa, a lawyer. But there was no mention also Tinifi and Opa. Then he received a call, a phone call. Let me just start it again, then listen to it very carefully.
Okay. Which was not a usual time. And I mean, I didn't really understand why, But sometimes judges have an early hearing so that they can attend to other matters.
Yeah.
So I picked up, because my lawyer was not in town then, and I did not expect that it would be a judgment or that there would really be any proceeding. In fact, my lawyer had made an application. I remember that detail too. He had made an application that something that had happened in the Supreme Court the week before, in the Supreme Court the week before, the Attorney General had virtually admitted that the project in respect of which the guarantee signature, put me in trouble, was a viable project. That the Attorney General actually admitted that in the Supreme Court. And so he was arguing that it's not necessary to bring the IFC as a witness to testify to that because they admit it, there's no need. So my lawyer was asking the High Court to allow us to bring the evidence of what the Attorney General had said in the Supreme Court to the record of the High Court. That was the application that he made. And unfortunately, he had to travel urgently out of the country. So at best, the only thing that was before the court was our application for this issue to be brought to the record of the High Court. There was nothing else by way of a judgment being ready, nothing, because we hadn't finished our defense. So I go to court that morning, and I can't say that I know about.
So Chachu say the defense no the lawyer emwie. Because court now about 1 year break I'm a lawyer to because they were waiting for some Supreme Court decision be any judgment be on the alcohol. And the lawyer to munya defense or tifia no pa. And onya call say omra court. So would they listen to the conversation very carefully?
The calls that were made and so on. But what I later realized, when I went at 8, I didn't pay attention to the surroundings. What I later realized was that the prison officers were around, the police were all around, so they clearly knew what was going to happen. They knew that I was going to go to jail. I didn't know, but they all knew, and they were around. And so we go into the proceedings, and back and forth with the judge. I explain my lawyer can't be here. She says, you're a lawyer yourself, and I say, well, I haven't been defending myself, I don't have the brief, and so on. She still carries.
What? Judge na not here kunyamu no your ba. Anopana chachuti ni fie 8 o'clock a friend phone say chachu mira court no. Also do no nim say say na ya bopo na wie da wo. Prison car you na be see why I ready pay say oba ma court. Ako prison, sorry. Also do a judge be say no so say me lawyer ni a judge ne tena kunyamu ka kire chachu say na say so ye lawyer. Obi otini fie ye ni defense ye mo defense kura wie ye no. The main two conversation there by a sign
carries on. The Attorney General says we can go on and so on and so
without
forth.
Your lawyer.
Without my lawyer. And so it was clear that there was a decision already planned. And it was also clear because even though she had not sat for 1.5 years, she had a judgment ready. And she said the day of judgment is here. And there had been no notice of a judgment. I mean, look, the most elementary thing in legal practice is that, you must know in advance what you're going to be facing when you're going into a court.
What I say, Church, you see, the most elementary thing in legal practice is say, in a court, and was a woman whatever is going on in court. That is why Chairman Wontumi no nim say on the 3rd of July, ye be man ye be ready the judgment man whether it goes for him or against him. Ye they can pre-notify Chairman Wontumi already. But in the case of Chachuchikata, there was none. He just received a phone call so when they call to sort na bra. Okay, sign a prison care you need to work no. What they want to no?
Court situation. It didn't happen that way. And she decided the day of judgment had arrived and she was going to proceed. Nothing that I tried to say would stop her. And what was also interesting, at the end of her judgment, which she read and convicted me, I then got up and said, can I have bail pending the sentence? Because you can convict a person and then, grant them bail and set a date for the sentence, And of course, she wouldn't have any of that either. So I ended up in jail. And it was the most unexpected experience.
So that day when you were coming to court, you came from home?
Yes, I came from home. That's what I'm saying. We had been reading the passage, Genesis, a quiet time. And I told Esther, I'm going to take a date because I assumed that the judge would be giving a date. So I said, I'm going to take a date. So I went and picked up Martin Newman from his office. I was driving and I drove him. We went to court and then everything.
You left your bed
Yes.
and your wife
Yes.
and the scriptures in the morning.
Yes.
By evening,
I was in jail.
you were in jail.
Yes.
How did that whole episode feel? I'm talking about that very day.
As I said, that very day, it was, of course, calming that I have faith and I know that God's hand is at work in my life. But, I mean, it was, I couldn't understand what was going on in the sense that, I mean, this was nothing that I had ever,
Imagine possible.
imagined or conceptualized, not just for myself, but in terms of legal process for anybody. I could not comprehend it. So,
How much of a shock was it to your system that day?
well, it was a shock, but not so much of a shock that I couldn't stay and write my appeal in the court.
You did?
Because I managed to go into the office of the registrar of the High Court, and I wrote out my appeal on that day. And fortunately, they managed to hold off the prison officers and the police officers from trying to rush me away. And I mean, it was quite an incredible occasion.
Wahu. A whole lawyer to check Chikata. Much charging on causing financial loss to the state. Our High Court. Nipanako file another appeal ahead of the High Court. Ya mona money. Ni lawyer kure to crime. Or to one ya fan is a wangasa or your lawyer could wasem. Churches will do on a high a prison case, whether that police for an for you ready. Or see if you could say a man a quack man and coach in the different quackasy or copa appeal crano. Nanka yempesi ya mano. By never how a chama won't be more able delay taxes. And teacher Chikata Seminole could not even travel the length. Na I was say, and Maraquai sono, as a church case in the Kudru. And so you imprison Chikata. And the chama won't to me, if he listen, obedient me for him to. Entiwe okodu court to them ogina court to them anymore no oyin keche de kire ndisi for chama wontu minim say yemfa ne nkotum onim so onko ba bia minim yesi ye ko humpanyifo bi minim se ye ko humpanyifo na wontu mi nankasa nim se obi amfa ne nkohu. Enti enemu wesi amanfo time na de kwa na amanfo ebufa so ne yakoba mementi ase. Right after Rollins ena kufuo ye ta chachumu isi we opia ndisi panyifo kwa mpepra edisen chachu panyifo bebre Victor Salome mu ino pia wonyina dom ko go prison. NDC atamels by amazing me pasumje they couldn't do anything. Surprisingly, under atamels mama case bi amade call court to be an NDC lusu case to court. Nipa bi ade call to be a lusu ye. Afede na nado dan ko kufa do ba ya na ase atene ya se piamo. Ene jo mama say ba ya be chama huntu me de troka. Minim ba bi case ni kosi de. Obia ni bebe case ni kwakosi se chama won't me na ye duro ni fawu say you and tricks na ye adwuma say dey nobody knows na wonim say chachu ka sembi o se abred ni ko to prison and so wow o se nke yesi pena poison no according to lawyer chachu chikata o se nke yesi pena a poison no wo dey tie
wife could be bringing food every day to me in hospital, in the prison, and again, an aspect of this which I can say, even without having asked my wife's permission, she had been told that, and she'd been told from very dependable quarters that she should not allow me to eat in the prison, because there could be some plans around my eating the food regularly from prison.
As in poisoning you?
That is correct. And this was not just told as a little story or a petty gossip. It was told by somebody who knew what he was talking about. And I'm very grateful to that person. I would not mention his name for reasons which in this country we should understand. I will never want to mention his name.
So they not only persecute you, now they put you in jail and they wanted to kill you whilst there.
That's what we were authoritatively told. And so my wife daily was determined, whatever her responsibility, she had her own, company to run. Every day she brought me food, and that again was how come.
One say, even not knowing say na ya plan say chechuchi kata na yede ko prison kwa na yebe say ko finishing wo. Tell e serious o. E ya reho say NPP for no. And na chama Wontumi gina court dem kwa no oye kwanchi walai Wontumi nyamewe. The same people na ya tie ya bo chechu mafia say the chechu ko tum kura ya say mia say ya say ko mia no. Na NPP party no minimini Paul shame party no ma ase clear no e woni pa na dwemu sa o ye no kwa kokun unim se sa asemu ye kan enye chachu nko na kan according to lawyer chachu chikata no o si nipa no informant ka je se ma ukunu enidi won se won prison ho odidi pa e be finish no enti morning na yiri brain breakfast lunch na yiri brain lunch awia ese enwumere wa bre ni dinner ma na di asoso o si every blessed day because onyantia from the right source say ukunu die aduane o prison ho pa ebe miya no yenkoni ngo bisa chama Wontumi lawyer ya odwane free chama Wontumi chi. He also made mention of the same thing, the same procedure, the same process. Also okoka kan overata asem no na nka ye peneku no ye man poison and then ebiem osi ye the helicopter ebesi wo senka ba be fa no e na obi informing na ye dey say hey ochina nwumere ye the helicopter be ba say ba bia ukunu da na ye ba be fa na tum se ukunu furu helicopter ne pa nurse ni no ti play mu no ye be maneku no nti be na o ma ukunu amforo oso man jeni ampo mo ho na helicopter pa ba o ye say be left no na ye dey say me damase lawyer ndia pia kubisu na kan yo wo de ti onu so ne de na say NPP mu de killers ni de chale abuwata ti onu so ne de.
I'm very careful now. I got careless just over a short period of time, and I suffered. But it won't happen again because I'm more careful now. But I also thank the American institutions for providing me with some level of security support.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. But your government is in power.
It doesn't matter. It is the air that is blowing. The air doesn't know who is behind the air. So I don't know who is behind the air, but I have suffered a lot out of the advocacy.
This Ken must go thing.
It is not something that just passed. Somebody was hurt. And those people who thought that they were hurt needed to punish. And the kind of punishment that I went through, somebody is talking in the media and mentioning names that are correct. You call a doctor's name on air, it is correct. You call a hospital's name, it is correct. You call a treatment process, it is correct. But sometimes you over-exaggerate and say that, you see, you call attempts at lifting me up from a hospital, it is correct.
No, I'm not sure what that means. Because you're talking about what happened to you.
Yes.
You were on admission.
Yes.
At a hospital.
Yes.
And there were attempts to take you out of that hospital.
Yes.
For a better hospital or what?
To lift me from that place into, probably bring me to Accra. And we were warned that I should not go. I should not use that medium of travel.
So Tihaye, or say he was warned, say he shouldn't use the medium to travel. Tieniye, where a lawyer and the appear could be in an account. And Yaman America, where to minim say, as I way they minim, but he was speaking against his own government. Who did you know?
Warned that I should not go. I should not use that medium of travel.
Okay.
Come to Accra. So my wife decided that and at the time I couldn't take care of myself because I wasn't that conscious to take care of myself. But my wife refused the offer, so I did not come. So I stayed there for close to 7 days, and somehow God worked miraculously. So I don't know how I came out. And you see, when I was taken to the hospital at 2 a.m. My PA, you see, I had talked to my PA, the last person before I slept. When I started having the attack, I struggled to get my phone and call my PA because it was the last number I called. Mm-hmm. He came with the NADMO director in my village, the constituency, and they put me in a vehicle to the hospital, near the hospital. And this doctor was he's still my doctor. So he went there and he gave me. Then from there, I didn't see a thing until I heard a call, Honorable. I said, yes, doc. Then he comes, he says, I said, oh, it is daylight now. He says, this is the 3rd day.
Oh, I see.
So all the things that happened, I was told.
Yeah.
I was told about the attempt to lift and all that. I was told. But that is the end of the story because it got me.
So what I say? NPP monono. I say NPP will nipa bi uma. Wala na juma edi amana na on the uncle nipa. Onku nipa nkwa. Enti wo ya ni na pa no da wo. Enti start wo chachu so. Ene ye clear omo. E clear ba and the appear could be so ye lucky. But chachu tie chachu ya lawyer chachu ya. Informant bi na ka kire na ye say hey Charlie. Ma ukunu ni di o prison ho didi pa ye de be ko. Lawyer and the appear could be say also didi keke. Also onima that was the only time okọ didi wa bonten. Na ni tie no. Na che say what did 3 days hospital ko so no onim. To the level say ke ye base ye sen ba be kunu kura biem na yere obi ma na yere say hey ye the plane baba say be airlift ukunu. E mane nko. Kopa a the theater. Ampa adreba ye amfa. That is NPP. Nti minima de konte ne NDC for nya NPP for ane do mu di agoro. That is the second attempt that maybe the my found the third one eku jonkuma. And also Chairman Wontumi nankasa akwala oheneba asi edu say e ya confirm e na obi de mo a sa confirm no a clear former say MP every ho o say a confirm keke amukwa ye na say NPP mu de sa killer no o da so sem ti we so de
no mukoda ya call rounds ni na buy ni bedru anadwo no obudru hotel ho no na no e na obi dia confirm ebrewu chairman ene jonkuma nko
a confirm ayaye ne den
a confirm na ayaye
ultimate
edi ewe
okay
and when in political campaign ye ko no aba bedru anadwo sometimes you feel 4 go 5 omunidi and under normal circumstance under normal circumstance neba kwasi say your corals nearby sa ye nyina e bom didi e dia one of the MPs fie ne akọ
okay
na ayese buffet ne nyina ye di but this one because the nims ye beda na ye kọ ne sa asan ba enti omontuma anye preparation so bia ye nyina return ba ha de ye kọ didi enti ewie no bia kọ ne hotel beda omudru honum no na omudia confirm me bre omu for jonkuma ene chairman ko and then later omubro omudie hu ene omudie akwasi that was when the issue started enti omudie awie omakoda me ne mafu ene jonkuma driver ni enso so ekọ modern yada me sorry ahomache be 3-4 na mo kwache ma wa busa de say so on she fugu na bia normal t-shirt shed no be shed ya me be dia koto e dia ma no me sorry no na be 1 a.m. chairman friend me be 15 times
Hey, Wontumi.
Or friend me be 15 times and I me start say me friend no but me friend man buza say a chairman friend no say wo hu chairman me score twice but o friend na on fa and I me so me kwa chairman ho ti me nam kwa so me konya na me friend no me friend chairman na Wontumi afa me kodu chairman do chairman yo obi a o bond do mo ba bebi me bomu be 2-3 minutes ko be 5 minutes ansa na o tumi ade a baby ken chairman ebe bi do no na o shebosa shows nko and osha on wiawia
And bye.
and o ye kakra akatim be bi do no wa fe ne bed so ene afom okọ ne washroom a wa fe agu honum me say me medical person me nimre te me call John ho and was say ade a atu chairman ni o na chairman die aduane no dodo because na komode me die aduane me di kakra bi
John Kuma
told me this.
Okay.
Me di kakra bi enti mafe but it is not like chairman you know. Because me ne chairman 94 years. Me hu chairman sada. Me hu chairman say me hu no tamale no on that 23rd October. Me hu ne sada. Ti quickly and I'm afraid ye be kono double mafunsa. Enti nurse nya o treating no ka but about me medical team no. Na ye friend and no yes oba na me no ma me frɛ panimu de me frɛ kama oye the VIP team for ni bi na ona ba akra and ono so frɛ another person enti Dr. Mahmoud Bamia medical team no Dr. Pagina wom and a nurses too ma me panimu na ye fina young girl elo mo buy instantly omo di 6 or 7 I remember in the C chairman so and na omo wo ne pani enti doctor ne come and mete say for what they are seeing no, they suspect food poisoning until they are going to treat them on food poisoning. John Kuma felt he's okay into Oman treating no into a chairman kwa and omo treating no
so what you say enti nipa na wo she NPP ma odi sansemone no o she party no mo onko ba bia yes it fear chairman Wontumi fear na John Kuma de fi say ono no hwe ha ne John Kuma de ma yantiti no John Kuma ni ba ye ho so no kai na ko she fom okoda da enti NPP mo no sa nipa no e she NPP no but I don't know why when we get opportunity NDC na ye ne sa nkrofo we edi agro any opportunity at near the moody agro but these people no adwene do mutim no chale enya adwene papa o from the days of Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah eno madi sa abone ne sa besi ene mi wia mi be yi mamenkan one or two messages ya na me be kire o maten mi du NDC ni no ensem ono ankasa e ka fa NDC ho concerning sa nkrofo we no it's going to shock you I confirm na fly to Burkina Faso no and we be no kwari o sirimo so mo fi say o mo godi jo mama abro or we are confirming na one pane nti nipa na o say ono yama ne sa killing machine o she NPP m de o she ho Riku so bro Ghana has to cut the throat of the elephant and bury it for good when things get worse. Ghanaians has to take it up to the NDC because they are trying to follow the steps of the NPP stealing. I don't think say that sure say NDC for we are this, but I don't know why it's like they think say I'm now for the NPP for me. That is the only thing I find problematic in NDC. Omunye NPP for they think say I'm now for normal. But sa nkrofo we no omo hu so mo yadamfo Priscilla Cook anameboa. And also they did the same thing to Atamels and then try to frame JDM with it. That is how they've been doing. Sa omo djuma omo nimi ya no. Onya wa obekle o. Wow, Jefferson, awudifo pa na wo party no awudifo pa mo gum ma to wacha. Such Flame say the criminals among us will always use tribalism to get their way. And if we stand against tribalism, Ghana will win for generations to come. Ayuko, Minia, I think that you are right. But that's a pa, why are they? Pa? Doctors, I do want to say, this is so annoying. And this you should be very careful because some of us are very angry. Maybe whom we knew to the mommy, tell me, bufu you know. Say, hey, teacher, I want to pay me. I go with a quarter quack winning Attorney General. Faustina, very serious. Chama Wontumi ne lawyers the whole Attorney General object here, oppose here. Na Chama Wontumi and then the lawyer attaching to me when Attorney General. Say, hey, asem. Teacher, asem pa, asem. A teacher say NDC needs someone, no chief, no pastor, or no account leader can control. The patrol needs any pan bini wine. Jabu akudi chireme. Now they are so preko. What I say? Faustina Daku say movie. This time nobody will go free. We will fight. But Faustina,